hello. It's Corey. Okay, David said he'll be on soon. I'll be there soon. Let's see, since 116 to 76 and 2. 116 YTC. What's up? YTC. 114 wins. For me, alright. Mine's 119. And John J. I'm back. Okay, let me put the link in now. Okay, the link is in there. Yes. Right now, I'm 119, 79 lost, and 2 tied. And last week, I went 10-4 and 1. Oh, here my guys coming in all the way from San Francisco. His name is John J.
Hell yeah. Look at that intro. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm a celebrity. I'm back.
And coming in from all the way from New York, YTC.
I feel like a celeb too, man. What's up?
Hey,
What's up?
how you doing?
I'm all good. What's up, Corey? What's up, John?
Yo, I'm back.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
But yeah, I'm at 114 wins. I'm 2 behind David right now. So yeah.
Wonder how many wins I would have had if I did a week 1, 2, 3, 4, and because I was sick the last 2 weeks, but 63 wins, not bad.
But yeah, all time I already cracked 904 wins, so I'm only 96 wins away from 1,000 in my YouTube career.
Yeah. I'm doing this for fun, but again, I'm still trying to get
That's
that
still an accomplishment for me. A perfect accomplishment.
Perfect week. Because
hey, listen, back in 2018, I almost went undefeated, but the Packers beat the Rams. No, the Packers lost to the Rams that 1 week. I think it was 2017 or 18. One of the weeks, yeah, they lost to them. I picked the Packers to upset. They almost won, but they lost at the end. I went 15-1 in that week. I almost went undefeated. It was just that one game.
Joining us, I can't remember what city he's from, but his name is Brian Cup.
Brian Culp, yeah.
Cool.
What's up, Brian?
Hey, everybody.
Hello. Where you from,
Brian?
What's the
Brian Culp?
I am from the Stockton, California, the 209.
Okay, Stockton.
I live right next to UOP, the former 49er training camp. Yeah,
Yep.
we were really lucky. We got the 49ers to come in. They moved from Rockford to the 49 to Stockton, and they were supposed to be here for like 10 years, but we got them for a couple years. It was a lot of fun. And then now they're in Levi's, Santa Clara.
Brian, were you able to add up all your whole thing up?
Yeah. Yeah, so if I had 12 wins, 2 losses, and then the tie, and I didn't count the ties, so I guess I went 12-3 then.
I counted as its own secret, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, so we did that earlier in the year too. So if we're gonna do it like that, it was 12-2-1 for me.
Yeah, as its own category.
Well, I'm talking about like since we started from week 1, 2.
One, like all accumulated, yeah. If you have it on
Oh
record.
no, I haven't. I got all my pages. I haven't added everything up yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I got mines on my channel. That's what my channel's for. So yeah, I got it all recorded.
Yeah, I'll
Like
go
I'm
back and
119, 79.
904 wins already. So yeah, an all time. I have a 64% win percentage right now after doing the calculations in the last 6 years.
Last week,
I'm
I
muted. I was muted. Damn it.
Dang, you were talking to a brick wall.
What was I going to say? I'm 1 percentage point away from being 70%. Hopefully, I do it this week.
So last week, I was 10.
I won 10 and 4. Yeah.
I went 10
Same
and 4
with
and
Corey.
1.
Same with Corey. Yeah, the Bucks game came back. It was a big comeback. That's what sealed the 10th win for me. That big comeback.
Yeah. And so, yeah. Yep. Trying to get time for David to come in. I didn't see what Dina's if she's coming or not.
Stockton, California.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true? Is it true? Like in around the 2010s, that city went bankrupt.
Wait, what?
Brian, you still there?
I think he went to try to see if he could add up all the scores.
Oh, he's probably muted.
Oh, he disappeared.
No. Yeah, because I remember in 2011 or 2012, Stockton declared bankruptcy.
The whole state?
No, the city.
Damn.
So,
Never heard of city being bankrupt.
well, it happens a lot. Is not really talked about. Like the biggest one that everyone knows is Detroit. Detroit,
Typical.
they went bankrupt.
He's back.
Who's back?
Ryan's back.
sorry guys,
All right.
I don't know. I put my phone in my pocket and it turned off. So
That's the thing with StreamYard. Yeah, I don't look forward to investing on a computer. That helps a lot. But my phone used to die a lot when I did play-by plays early in my last year. My phone used to die.
yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. That's what's probably holding me back. I have a laptop, but it's my wife's. I don't want to start doing a bunch of streaming and a bunch of weird stuff on it. And what I mean by weird stuff is like editing or stuff that's going to take a bunch of time.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to getting a laptop, and when I do, then I'm going to start doing my show. And it's not going to be anything spectacular. It's just something that I want to try to have fun with. But
Yeah, it's a hobby. I know.
yeah, and I look forward to it. I really do, and I have so much fun coming on your guys' shows, talking with you guys, and interacting with everybody else that I've been able to. It's something that I think I could do really well, but really more importantly, it's something that I'm going to have fun at because, like John said, he could be in here talking to one person and he's still doing it because he enjoys it. And all of you guys are. I feel the same vibes from. You guys are doing this because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you can't enjoy it, then why are you doing it?
Yeah,
everyone tells me the same thing.
I'm passionate for football. That's why I do sports on my channel. I'm passionate for the game of football. I
And-
grew up on it. I played it. I've also, seen it for my whole life.
And like I have respect for CG, but I also criticize him because we talk. And when he got 1,000 subscribers and he got the watch hours, he started thinking about the money. Okay, I get it. And then he lost a lot of friends, and made some people upset. And I spoke to TG. He cleaned up his behavior, and now he's doing it because he loved it again. But because of some of the mistakes, he left in bad terms with some people. I'm not going to say names because again, they all have issues with me. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I love to do. And if people don't like my opinions, we have dozens and dozens of 49ers content creators that you can go watch. And then the people who watch my stuff, I'm very fortunate because like I met a radio person when I was 17 years old in my high school. And he wasn't making millions of dollars, but he was making about $70,000 just talking on the radio. And he would get like 5 callers. But then after 10 years, he started to get 30, 40 callers. He became big. And he said for the first decade of him being on the radio, he was just collecting his paycheck, enjoying what he loved to do. But then one day he blew up so big that he had to leave the little studio that he worked with. And now he works somewhere in Las Vegas. And that's a good reminder that, everyone starts at the bottom. If you hit it off, you become big. And that's the passion. And I don't know what's going to happen to me in 5 years. But at the end of the day, whatever happens, if something big happens to me, I'm going to cherish it because.
Likewise.
So
5 years from now.
Sorry about that. The little story, a little John Jay story.
But yeah, 5 years from now, we'll see what happens for sure.
And that's definitely like super cool because like if you can make money off of it, that's really cool. Like for me, like I collect Batman toys and comic books, and I can't go and turn around and make money off of it because it's something I really love, and I love it, and I don't want to sell it because I don't have anything to replace it with. So like for me to sell my collection, it's like I'm gonna go and buy it again, and it's like kind of like with my 49er jackets. When I find a 49er jacket, I like it because it's different than the other Niner jacket I got. I got like 20 or I got a bunch of gold jackets in my closet that are different. And, they have a different patch on it or they're made in a different year. They're a starter, they're chalk line. So for me, like, I can't sell something that I really love because I
Uh-oh. Got this beer again.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. I was enjoying the story.
Yeah, I was enjoying the story, but yeah.
Damn,
I also collect
StreamYard,
yeah. But yeah, I also collect memorabilia. I still got it in my storage, but I keep it preserved in a glass. That's how old it is. 10 years old. The official newspapers of the Giants winning the Super Bowl, I keep that archived in the splint cases. I have it somewhere in my archives, in storage. That's how I cherish those memories, of my old collections of memorabilia when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I have it stored away. I got my newspaper for the Giants winning the Super Bowl. So, like the official paper with Eli holding the trophy and the New York Times, like that. Yeah, I got the official newspaper.
Mm-hmm. And also, like,
that's how I cherish it.
Also, people who are looking for very affordable laptops, because again, I can tell that not everyone here in this panel, has money, but I went to Best Buy.
No.
I went to Best Buy one day with my friend because he was a Chiefs game, but he really needed a laptop because he was going to college, and
I own 2 laptops off eBay.
I took him to Best Buy, and we were looking at this laptop. It was $109, tax, warranty. We were probably gonna spend close to $200. So I was gonna spot him $80, and he had $100 that he saved up that his mom gave him for his birthday, and then this manager, this lady bumps into me, and I don't like it. Even if a woman bumps into me, I turn around. It was a classmate of mine. She was the manager. And because I have great relationships with people, I love talking to people. She's like, John Jay, how are you doing? Yeah. So we said, I'm getting my friend a laptop. Oh, don't worry. You know what? Because we're friends, John Jay, I'm going to slash 20% off. Boom. He got a laptop. Courteous because of my relationship, and he got a really good laptop. It's still working after like 11 years.
Damn.
All the way from Utah.
So with the warranty.
Oh man. David McNew.
What's up, David?
Mm-hmm.
What's up,
Brian's
What's
back.
up?
No, we got the whole group together.
Yep. Only person we missing is Dina.
We're better than Fox. No, stop. We're better than with Strahan, Howie Long, and Jimmy Johnson. Those dudes.
Before we start everything, I want to give a great shout out to Where You Hiding for finally popping in and talking to me.
Yep.
And telling all the Giants fans that his team is good.
Oh, yep. I'm fine. Hey, listen, I'll give him more respect than BP because at least he pops up and admits he's arrogant about certain situations, unlike BPS.
Anyway, shout out to Where
at least he admits it. Yeah. At least he admits it, but yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to do that because Where You Hiding, he trolls Valix, the Washington lady.
Yeah, I'm also misfortunate.
And he even trolls the Giants.
Yeah, that's the He's basically Domber, but he actually shows himself on camera. No, but then again, yeah, go ahead.
Thursday night.
Here we go.
December 8th. We have the Las Vegas Raiders at the LA Rams.
But the other trash bowl. The first trash bowl of the week. Yeah, give me the Raiders.
I'm so glad this was the first game because I have a lot to say.
Give me the Raiders over
here. Where are they playing? I don't think it matters.
And Levi South.
They're playing in
our
Levi
second
South.
home.
Yeah, Levi South. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Raiders. Especially they start Baker Mayfield somehow.
That's not gonna happen.
I know, but still be hilarious.
Dude, he sucks. I mean, all like I was giving CG all kinds of shit just because it's like, really, dude, you know this guy sucks. I mean, what? Well, why would we want him? You know, I kept calling him Baker Mayfield and all that during his live stream. He was like, you know.
But here's the thing. Nah, but even as much as RJ hates all over Derek Carr, I'd rather take Derek Carr over Baker Mayfield. That's how trash Baker is.
That's a fact, though. Where's my pen?
No disrespect. I know, like, hey, your boy RJ admitted he's not a Carr fan, and I respect that. He was blunt. Other people will try to pivot away, but he was blunt.
So who you take, John Jay?
All right, so I have a lot to say. So, first of all, the Raiders are playing back at a 49er stadium, so I want to take that punt out the way.
Yep, already.
The Rams, what happened to them this season? What happened? Oh, yeah, they're weak and they're trash. That's what you get, Rudy. Because Rudy's been pissing me off lately. He's been saying, "Oh, John Jay, well, we've been hurt. We've been hurt. We've been more hurt than the Niners."
Yeah, hurt financially and hurt in the draft capital.
So I'm gonna take the Raiders to beat the Rams at Levi South.
Levi South, yeah. They'll win.
I'm done. All right, I'm so happy this game's out the way.
Bryant,
I'm taking the Raiders. Right now, it doesn't really matter who the Rams have at quarterback. They're not trying to win any more games this season.
And
as far
you know
as
what's the fun thing about it? They have nothing to tank for now. That's the funny thing about this whole thing.
Yeah, it's like the whole team just kind of gave up.
Yeah, they have nothing to tank for.
And really, what the Raiders are really just trying to play for is they're just trying to see who really wants to be on the team next year. So yeah, I think they're just really shifting players and just seeing who's going to – I don't know. I'm really thinking this team's going to go into a really serious rebuild in the next 2 years. So I'm going Raiders for right now just because the Rams don't need to win. They have nothing to play for at this point. So,
I agree.
Dude, they're not even getting their own first-round draft pick. Detroit is, so it's kind of like,
yeah. Detroit's going to have 2 first-round picks. And
Detroit's actually playing good now.
And even though Detroit is 5-7, they're going to have 2 picks in the top 15. So as the season goes on, you're starting to see how the draft is going to be. And because like the Lions are doing better, like it's the same thing that I was trolling, the Seahawks fan on Tuesday. It's so redundant right now that it doesn't really matter. They have two first round picks.
Yeah, Seahawks City. I remember that yesterday. Yeah, that they have two, and with the Broncos pick.
So redundant.
Yeah.
David,
What?
who you choosing?
Out of who we talking about?
The Lambs,
I'll
the
take-
Lambs, and the Faders.
Oh, I'm picking the Raiders. I mean, I just don't. What do the Lambs have? Baker Mayfield, and then what?
Good
I
old
mean-
John Warford and Bryce Perkins.
He's currently the 33rd ranked quarterback in the league right now, so that says a lot.
And I'm choosing the Raiders, the silver and black, them traitors. I can't stand them Raiders. I can't stand the Rams either. So I sent a message to the Raiders already. Say, beat them Lambs. Okay, Sunday. Two teams that live close to YTC. The New York Jets at Buffalo.
Jets and Buffalo.
Mhm.
I think I'll take Buffalo on this one. The Jets, they beat them the first time, but I think now they're going to be hungry to get back at them. And now they have film on the Jets, and also because the Jets are having a quarterback issue. I'm going to take, and the game's in Buffalo too, so I'll give it to Buffalo to split the series.
John Jay.
All right, so the Jets versus the Bills. Again, divisional matchups the last time. So from when you play your division team, you always look at the first matchup. And the Bills lost by 1 point. They lost by 1 point. Now the Bills are going home. And I don't think the Jets are going to sweep. And again, the Jets could win this game. Remember, divisional matchups are the toughest. But again, there's going to be a split. The Bills are going to win this game. This is going to be another hard-fought, tough game. So the Bills will tie the series on Sunday. Let's go, Bills.
Game's in Buffalo too, so yeah.
Bryant.
Yeah, I'm going Bills Mafia.
David.
I'm going to go with the Bills. I mean, their defense is slightly better than middle of the pack. Their offense is good. The Jets have a good defense. Their offense is garbage juice. So I'm going with the Bills.
Yep, and I just remember that when they play the Vikings, they kick like 5 field goals. So
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. And I don't know what's going to happen, but Bills going to win. Cleveland Browns at Cincinnati.
The Predator versus Macaulay Culkin. All right, give me the Bengals.
That's hella
Yes.
funny.
John Jay.
So, divisional matchups, but you know what? I'm going to keep with football. So, Watson came back. Whatever you feel about him is what it is. He's in the NFL, but because he has not played a lot, and his numbers were not really good. So, football-wise, it's going to take him a while to get back to what he was, and I don't think he's going to do good this year. Call me crazy, but Watson is not going to be the reason why they're going to win any games in the rest of the season. When it comes to the Bengals, they're coming off of a really good victory. They were trailing and they beat Kansas City. It's a divisional matchup, but because the Cleveland Browns quarterback is going to be the question mark for the rest of the year, I'm going to pick the Bengals by a technicality. So the Bengals.
Okay. Bryant.
So what's really cool, what's funny to me is like Cleveland's been a decent team without Watson. Watson came in and they still ended up winning. He started out a little shaky, but they still ended up winning by like what 2 touchdowns? It was like 28-14 or something. Um, Cincinnati's like one of those up and down teams, and I know I've said it before on this show, and you guys, laughed a little bit, and that's fine. But what color uniforms are the Bengals wearing this weekend? Because it seems like when they play in certain colors, they play better. When they play in those white uniforms, it's just something, something's different about them. When they play the Chiefs, they got a really good chance of beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the Bengals are in the Chiefs' heads, but they're not playing the Chiefs this weekend. They're playing, like you guys said, a divisional matchup. I really wanted to take Cleveland because I think Cleveland's the superior team right here. And every time I go Bengals, they seem to just I don't know, they don't seem to produce.
What the bet?
But
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go Bengals. They're at home, and I'm hoping they can keep this game, this high streak going, this momentum going for them, because either one of these teams can still make the playoffs. They gotta keep winning. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Cincinnati.
Speaking of the jerseys, Thursday night, I don't know why they do this, where like they wear those color schemes. Like I remember I was watching the Rams and the Seahawks, and the Seahawks were wearing like that lime green uniform,
Yeah,
and the
Tennis
Rams
balls.
and the Rams were wearing like this like all blue, which was so weird. And even I just remembered when the Niners played Kyle Shanahan's first year, McVay's first year, Niners went all black and Rams went all yellow. It was so weird, these weird color stuff. But that's why the league, now you have 4 weeks where you can wear whatever you want, design, for the games that you want to play, but also you still got the color schemes for the Thursday night games. So, hey, it's the NFL rules, I think it's cool letting the teams personalize their uniforms, but I think some teams should just keep it classic because, those Black Niner uniforms, oh my gosh. So weird.
Some people really like the black uniforms. I'm not a big fan of them. I just didn't really like them too much. I like the old uniforms or the throwback '94 uniforms. I like the all white uniforms. I just like the red and white, red and gold. My least favorite one I would say is maybe the '98, '97 jerseys, but I like those ones too compared to the black jerseys.
Mhm.
But I'm not a fan of the color rush jerseys. Seeing Green Bay all in green, looking like a pickle, or yeah. To me, it just and then when there was a game, and I think it was the Chiefs versus the Rams, and they looked like ketchup and mustard out there on the field.
Get catch up on the Chiefs. Yeah, the Rams
Oh,
and Chiefs won in that game. I remember that. Must have
oh
been.
man! Speaking of that, like I know the Packers, like they were their like their first, like the first seasons, that uniform, that weird, like gray, blue, whatever type of scheme.
No, I like those uniforms. The old school 1920s uniforms. Those were cool.
I know, like yeah, like but
Those classics.
it's weird because like like
It is.
you're used to the green, and the white and the yellow, but
yeah.
like I'm so glad the Niners have always kept, like, even like in the early days of Kezar, they've always had the dark maroon red with the gold and the white.
Mhm.
And yes, the jerseys have evolved, but we've never ever added like Seattle where they custom, certain things and other teams.
No, weren't they baby blue? Seattle, when they first came into the league, they were like baby bluish colors, and now they went to a darker blue and green, neon green. Beforehand, it was just lighter blue.
Correct.
And they changed their color scheme.
Correct. Seattle was a royal blue with the gray pants.
And then
Mhm.
remember, I'm not a fan of the Cowboys, but the Cowboys they keep tradition. They wear basically.
Yeah, it's iconic.
The only time they wear their dark uniforms is when they have to. Because they were like, they're the only team that wears white on the road and white at home, and occasionally they will wear their blue silver or their secondary color.
Mhm.
That was brought up to me in 2006. They said, "You want to know something about the Cowboys? They're the only home team that wears white." So anyway, little.
What's up with their helmet? Did you guys see their helmet the other day? It had the red, white, and blue on it. Is that?
I guess it was to
for-
pay tribute to something. I guess I don't know.
The Cowboys?
I think I've seen it one time before, but that's not like their throwback or anything like that. That's not what they were doing in the '60s or anything like that I know of.
I saw it and I was like, "What's this about?"
Yeah, I didn't know if they were just trying to say they're America's team and just try to be cute about it. But I've seen it once before, if I remember correctly, but I don't remember it in like in the '60s or anything like that. I don't remember seeing it old days. So
David, who's your team? What team are you?
So where are they playing? Are they at Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm picking the Bengals.
let's go.
I honestly think the Joe Burrow is hot right now.
Yeah.
And I picked the Bengals. And Dina sent me a message. Says she's 11 wins, 3 losses, and 1 stupid tie. Said,
That tie probably messed up a lot of people.
They messed up a lot of parlays, yo.
her picks are Raiders, Bills, Bengals, Dallas, Detroit, Jacks, Giants, Baltimore, Miami, San Francisco, Seattle,
Oh, she left her picks already.
and New England. Yeah.
The only people who are excited for ties are casinos and bettings, because guess what? No one wins money, so no one gets
The house
money.
always wins. Yeah, the house always wins.
Oh,
And I
man.
chose Cincinnati too.
The house always wins, yeah. Over in Vegas for that.
Okay, the 2 Texas team
Here we go.
The Texas Bowl.
at Dallas.
The Texas necrophilia. Yeah, Cowboys are winning now. Unless the Texans pull off the upset of miracles, Cowboys are winning. That's the massacre. That's a snuff film.
The Cowboys are coming off a blowout against, I think, the Colts.
Yeah, they blew the bricks out of them.
And the Colts, they're not having a good year, but consider the Texans, they're at the top of their division. I don't know what's going to happen in this game, but all I'm going to say is this. The last time I listened to a Cowboys fan, I lost my pick. So I'm not taking no Cowboys fans' advice anymore. But I will say this. If the Cowboys lose to the Texans, I don't want to hear a Cowboys fan complain.
I am going to laugh my ass off.
We were hurt. I'm picking the Cowboys.
I'm going to laugh my entire ass off if that happens.
And I don't want to hear James West any excuse.
I'd love to see Houston win, but it's going to be the Cowboys.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys lose, I will be so happy.
It'd be hilarious.
David?
I'm gonna pick the Cowboys, but I'm on everyone else's boat. If the Texans win, I will take this L with a smile.
And then I want to make fun of James West. Anyway.
And I'm
James
taking
like,
the
"Oh, we were hurt."
Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys because I don't think Texas can whoop them. If they did, I'll be just like y'all. Happy!
I'll be glad to take that loss, but yeah.
Dude, you know what? If Texans win, we could actually tell the Cowboys, well, who owns Texas? Oh, that's right. The Texans do.
Okay. Another is a divisional game. Minnesota at Detroit Lions.
Ding, 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 ding. My upset of the week is coming up. Detroit over Minnesota at home. I'm calling it now. Upset of the week.
John Jay?
All right, so I am going back and looking at history. Minnesota beat the Lions 28-24, but they almost lost the game in the final minutes because Detroit threw a ball at the 10-yard line, and the receiver fumbled it, and instead of him knocking it out of bounds, it was picked up by a Vikings player with 1 minute and 9 seconds left. So that's the reason why the Vikings beat the Lions. Okay. The Vikings are 10-2, and this is a divisional matchup. I'm gonna agree with YTC that I think, and the Lions have been playing in their last 5 games. The only team that they have lost was to the Bills, and they should have beat the Bills, but it didn't happen. I'm gonna take the Lions. I think the Lions have a possibility of being a playoff contender. I don't think they'll be in the playoffs, but I'm gonna take the Lions. This is not my trap game yet, but this is a divisional upset. So I'm going to take the Lions.
Detroit versus everybody.
I'm sorry, Michael. I know you don't like Don Burr, but Don Burr, he was right this year.
They're going to finish a better record than the Bears anyway, so yeah.
Hey, according to Michael's channel's name, he likes Don Burr. He says he rolls.
Hey, I can't believe I'm going to say this because I know Michael's going to come in here and get angry. I hope the Lions win, and then Rumble bans them for life. I can't call Rumbo anymore. That's not fair. He's my friend. Anyway, and then Dobber, no, he's gonna call in. Rumbo, what I tell you? Where's that Bears boy?
Oh wait, he's blocked. He can't be here no more. Detroit versus everybody.
And Michael got Don Burr unblocked, you idiot. So I wish he gets blocked for unblocking Don Burr. But anyway,
right.
That's funny. Shout out Rombo. He's great. And Don Burr, he's hella funny. I see him everywhere. I'm going Minnesota.
Okay.
Minnesota. David.
I'm honestly thinking the Lions are hot and the Vikings are frauds. So Detroit versus everybody, the Lions.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Wait. Don't. David, don't
Where's
say
Michael
that.
at?
My Bears beat your Niners. He'll probably always say
We're
that.
going to get the demon on you if we keep saying that.
No, he's a Stone Cold Stutter us. I remember when he told Rumbo.
That's Stone Cold Stunner.
Dude, he had the nerve to say in front of like 500 people watching, he was a Stone Cold Stutter, Rumbo, me, and a bunch of Niner fans. That was messed up.
They were clowning Michael, I guess, the whole chat.
Yeah, it was a memorable evening. Sometimes Rombo gets some characters on, and he just sits there and listens to him, and it's funny. So.
Oh, I remember the worst was like some dude, I think he called in, and then I think they blocked him, was reading something from a Bible passage, and Rumbo thought he was, and then he realized, oh, no, cut it out. So I think he realized where it was going. So you'll be really careful.
A Bible passage, oh wow.
Yeah.
No.
Now, my pick. Do I want to go with Detroit or do I want to go with my Brian man? You know what? I'm picking home teams too many times to time, so I'm gonna go away and go Minnesota.
All right.
Let's go, Corey.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if Minnesota wins, or loses. I'd really like to see them lose because we might be able to get that second seed. But at this point, I don't see them losing.
Okay, this team got blown out last time.
All right.
They both did. Jacksonville.
Oh, that's messed up.
Tennessee.
Tennessee? All right, give me the Titans. They're at home for this one, right? Give me the Titans. Jaguars are completely awful this year. Just awful.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the other game, which my bad.
But yeah, give me the Titans at home.
All right, so this is a divisional matchup. The Jaguars and the Titans. Like, again, if you don't watch AFC South football, the Jaguars give the Titans a hard time. It doesn't matter who's the better team; they always give them a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, the Titans are a better team right now, and this is a divisional game that can go either way.
Yeah.
I want to take the Jaguars because that's what my gut's telling me. But the Jaguars this year, the games that they have won have been sloppy. And the games that they have lost have also been sloppy. So they're an inconsistent team that wins and an inconsistent team that loses. So I'm going to take the Titans, just like the Bengals game, a technicality victory for the Titans.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Brian,
Yeah, I'm gonna take Titans.
David.
Trump Balky, you still don't know what you're doing, man. I'm going with the Titans.
Agreed. I'm Trey Balky with the
And
weird
I'm-
raspy voice.
Sounding like TOP with whiskey.
No. If you listen to Trent Bulky, he makes TOP sound masculine.
Damn.
I'm going with Tennessee Titans too.
All right.
Next is the team. They're at home playing in New York, New York.
Oh, here
Alright.
we go. Here we go.
Philadelphia Eagles. Them Blue fans
Here
at
we go.
the New York Giants.
Here's the game. That
Here we go. And here's my second upset of the week. I have a feeling we're gonna get the first win. We might not win in Philly because we know we suck in Philly. And the teams in MetLife are splitting the series. I had us early in the year, so I'm taking. You already know I'm taking my Giants. I'm going to that game. I'm not rooting for against us at a game. But yeah, Giants.
John Jay.
You know, I want to give a shout out to my boy Brian, who's in the building. I want him to listen to this. Robbie Gold would never miss a field goal at the end of the game.
Okay, tell him to miss it from 50. Tell him to miss it from 58
I'm
yards.
just joking. I'm joking.
Tell him to miss it from 58 yards.
Oh
almost
man, I'm gonna have that over you for a long time. All right, so let's be serious. So, the last time the Eagles played a divisional rival, what happened, Philadelphia? Didn't you guys? Oh yeah, you lost. The Giants are not these cookie cutter teams. They're your division. And guess what? I've said this. The Eagles are going to start to look awful at the end of the year. Give me the Giants. Sorry, where are you hiding?
Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Giants. YTC, I root for the. I don't root for the Giants, but I pick the Giants a lot. There's something about them being at home this week. They have a good opportunity to make the playoff push. The Eagles can start slowing down right now and not necessarily tanking, but they have an opportunity to maybe not play as hard as they can hold back a little bit and save their players without. Exactly.
Look down on us this week, and then guess what? Divisional rivalry matchup. There's always an upset possibly looming on the horizon.
Exactly.
They're not going to win. They're not
say,
winning every single game. They're not going 16-1.
No, and
They're due for a couple of losses.
For them to look, past you guys, it's kind of like what the Rams have tried to do the Niners several years, and what the Seahawks have tried to do the Niners. And I just feel like this is going to be that game. So I'm going Giants. But again, Eagles could win, but I'm rooting for Giants.
Divisional matchups are like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like for us, like for the Niners, no matter what people say, like when it comes to the Niners and Rams, like 75% of the time, 75%, we're gonna beat the Rams because we've had their number for decades. They have never swept us in a very long time, but we have never ever, So, but the Seahawks, they own us, and when we play the Cardinals, it's a toss-up game. So when it comes to the divisional matchup, I use our divisions. When we play the Rams, 75% of your chance, we're going to beat the Rams. The Seahawks doesn't look good for us. The Cardinals is always 50-50. So when I look at the Eagles, I don't know who they played last week, but they're at a high.
The Titans.
So
they blew them out. Yeah, they blew them out. 35-10. Yeah.
So The Eagles. Hey, like I said, the Eagles are not going to go 16-1. They might go probably, if they're lucky, 14-3. They can go 13.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah,
The last
14-3 or
5 games.
13-4 exactly. I know one of them is going to be to us, and one of them is going to probably be to the Cowboys with Dak back. So yeah,
Anyway,
they play the Cowboys one more time, so they're probably going to lose that one as well.
okay.
David.
Well, so the Giants are at home. I honestly think the Eagles are flying high, but it's time for their wings to get clipped.
Damn.
So I'm picking the Giants, although they have disappointed me the last couple of weeks, YTC. But I'm picking the Giants.
I understand the Cowboys and Lions because we got blown out and we barely covered the spread against the Cowboys, but we were dealing with injuries. But now we're getting a lot of healthy guys back. We should have won that game with Washington, but we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot in that game. We could have easily won that, and if the kicker didn't miss, that should have been it right there.
Kickers matter.
True.
Yep. It was
They
just
matter-
a one-time.
They matter. They matter when they miss.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody went Giants. Let me see.
You know, you flip a coin.
Is it in New York?
New York, yeah.
And I hear that Quinn is hurt. The Eagles.
Robert Quinn, yeah.
He's hurt.
Like he was doing anything.
He was doing anything.
You know what? I'm gonna go with everybody else. I'm going Giants.
All right.
Boy, it's gonna be hard for us if we all have the same record.
Imagine you have all the same record. That would be so great.
That'd be hilarious.
I will buy a lottery ticket.
We're buying lottery tickets.
Hey, listen, I want to give you a life lesson for everyone, even though everyone's older than me, except YTC. But here's a life lesson. If something you think is crazy and it happens and you did not see that happen, buy a lottery ticket. Why? Because then something weird, crazy is going to happen to that lottery ticket. You're going to win money. And that happened because one time my friend was talking about, she said in 2010, the Giants are going to go the worst team. We're going to have the number 1 pick in the baseball draft. And I said, imagine if we win the World Series. And they did. The Giants won the World Series in 2010. The first thing he did was he didn't party. He went to the closest liquor store, bought a lottery ticket, and won $300. Even though he did not win the jackpot, he
still won money.
So take that advice.
If that's the case, I'll place a bet as well. After I might win that.
Yeah, at this point, the only game that we're different on is me and Corey. We took Minnesota.
Yeah, I took the Lions, yeah. No, there's more games coming up that we might defer, but yeah. I have a couple of other games.
Okay, the next game is another divisional game.
Divisional games this week.
This used to be tough, but our man is not playing, I don't think. It's the Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh.
You know what? I know Lamar's not playing this game, I think they're sticking with Tyler Huntley. Lamar's out for the week. And they're playing Pittsburgh at home, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few.
Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. This might be an upset, but I could be wrong, but then I could be right. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens, though. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Steelers win at home. I still don't trust the Steelers yet unless they win this game. It's too hard for me to trust.
John Jay?
All right, so for me, I am not worried about my pick because I've been thinking about a lot of these divisional matchups, and I'm going to take the Steelers. And again, I know your boy RJ will be really happy for me if the Steelers win because then he's going to win his little bet. And the reason why it has nothing to do with the quarterback situation. The Ravens still have a really good core, good defense, good offense overall. But the Steelers, even though they started off really bad, they've won some games. I'm not saying the Steelers are a playoff team, but it's a divisional matchup, and I'm going to take the Steelers. No disrespect to the Ravens. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with my gut, and my gut's telling me that pick the Steelers. It's a divisional matchup, so that's my pick, the Steelers.
Okay, Bryant.
Yeah, I'm going Pittsburgh. It's hard to win in Pittsburgh. I know they don't have the best team right now, but they still have a good coach. They got a lot of good players still around them. They just don't have a quarterback right now. So, who knows? Maybe Jimmy G goes to Pittsburgh next year and takes them to the championship. You never know. They just need a quarterback. So, we're going Pittsburgh.
David.
Mike Tomlin. How many losing seasons does he have in history, guys?
0.
Not very
Never.
many, man.
Never.
Exactly. I'm taking the Steelers because I think that streak continues.
So you think they're going to finish like what? They have to finish 9 wins above unless they get a tie.
Like 9-8.
Yeah, 9-8 is now, basically 9-8 is what 8-8 used to be because with that dumb 17th game. So now 8-9 is technically the new 7-9. So
yeah, it's a new losing season, and you can't go 500 no more.
The pinnacle of a winning record.
There's no in between. You're either under 500 or above 500. There's no in between no more.
And that's one of the things I liked about the 16-game season. There, everything was even. Because say you were a team and you're a rebuilding team and you somehow made it 8-8, that was a good starting point for the following year. And if you're a team was having a tough year, you had a really good team, but then somehow you finish 8-8, it's a good way for momentum for the following year. But now it's weird. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Okay.
I'd agree.
I'm going with the Steelers. Yeah, I got Steelers this time. Because Baltimore had a lot of trouble scoring last week. They finally got one touchdown.
I know at the late moment of the game. Sheesh.
Next is a team that we beat. Was 2 teams that we beat already. Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
At LA Chargers.
Yep. Oh, that's Sunday Night Football. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They flexed it to Sunday night. By the way.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and get my pick out the way. Give me the Dolphins on the road to bounce back against the Chargers. Chargers are frauds. They're just inconsistent in the mid this year. Give me the Dolphins to rebound after a tough loss to the Niners.
John Jay.
Also, we hop over to the Sunday. I wasn't ready for this, so hold on.
No, because on the papers, when you do the pick'ems, right? When you print out those pick'em sheets, they don't account for flex scheduling, so that's why.
Yeah.
It was originally intended for the 1 p.m. Eastern slot.
Wait a minute.
So
they flexed it. That's why.
What game is Sunday night now?
Yeah, that game.
That game.
Yeah, but the paper he printed out for his pick'em sheet doesn't account for flex games.
I never mind. All right, so.
Kill.
You flipping a coin?
Okay.
Yeah, you flipped the coin.
Right, hold
Hey,
on.
I don't blame you.
Okay, so this is sorry. So this is now the Sunday night game. All right. So So the Dolphins versus the Chargers. Now this is not my trap game of the week, but it could be because after watching Miami play against us, and again, any team that plays us, they're playing against the best defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Tua was inaccurate. He had 2 good plays, which if we would have done better, that 75-yard touchdown would not have happened. If Talanoa Ufunga or whoever the deep back safety was out of position and basically Tyreek Hill or whoever caught the football, caught that ball wide open in the end zone without even anything, Tua did not look good. Now the Chargers, their defense is not, our defense, but the Chargers gave the 49ers a tough time. And the Chargers are going to give the Dolphins a tough time. And I'm going to take the Chargers over the Dolphins. No disrespect to Tua. I don't hate the kid. Mike McDaniels is going to have another year next year to get this kid ready. They have a lot of good weapons. But the Dolphins' defense is overrated as well. So this is a back and forth game. I trust Justin Herbert over Tua, and that's why I'm picking the Chargers.
Quite the opposite for me. Why I'm picking up. I trust Tua more than Herbert. I have yet to see Herbert close out a complete game when he has to drive down the field and win it.
I'm taking the Chargers.
But yeah, that's my reason for the Dolphins.
And don't forget, the Chargers have been hurt all year, and they're still.
I know they are.
6-6.
And also, they can't stop the run. So Jeff Wilson and Ryan Mosher should have a day against that defense.
No,
the Chargers.
The Dolphins' run defense is ferocious.
Yeah, both run defenses are. So yeah, we'll see.
Oh, my dog's mad.
No.
Sorry, everybody. I had to take my dog outside to go to the bathroom, and the neighbors.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did they run into the mailman?
No, my dog. My dog. He right now it's pretty cold outside, so he gets like that stiff leg or whatever and doesn't want to walk. So as he's coming off the front porch, the neighbor dogs noticed he was outside, and there's a German Shepherd and a little Chihuahua next door.
Oh
so
yeah,
they get loud.
I can tell you a story. Like when I worked, we had a lot of dogs, and for whatever the reason, there was this wild dog, and the owners couldn't even keep it in control. And everywhere that dog goes, that dog is barking. So one day, I'm doing my rounds at my job, and that dog is coming at me. And if that dog would have touched me, I know I don't like hurting animals because I love dogs. My flight and fright reaction, I almost took a whack at that dog. Luckily, it scared me instead of my flight and fright. So I don't really get scared a lot, but luckily I was scared enough to I was about to hit a dog. So I was like, all right, hey dog, thank you very much. Because I was about to go flight or fight my reflex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dogs are, you have to be really careful. Some dogs are a little bit aggressive and others are
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little bulldog. I got an English bulldog.
I used to have one, but God rest his soul. But yeah.
Oh, dang, you got an English bulldog?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of David. He's I named him Bruce Wayne. He thinks he's Batman.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to have a Chihuahua. But yeah.
When I was a kid, there was this house, and they built a fence. Because they had a Rottweiler, and the Rottweiler was always chained up, and the dog house was not like a dog house you see in the movies. It was a large, like a small shed. It was a small shed, very small. And that dog was always sleeping in that shed, rain, shine, whatever. It was always in that shed. One day I was coming back home, and this is when they were just about to finish the fence, and the Rottweiler was awake, chewing a large giant bone. I don't know what animal, but that was a large bone. And then it saw me, and I was like, oh crap, I was so scared. It starts walking in a very slow pace at me, and this is a Rottweiler. And I'm like, okay. Then I freeze, the flight and fright. And then the dog looks at me, and it sits down. And the owner goes, oh no. And then it comes up to the dog, and he says, oh my gosh. Usually my dog is barking, trying to reach for the person, and it's just the dog is sticking the tongue out. And I learned that day, dogs like me. Other people, when they would walk by, they would bark at them. So every time I would walk by and it was awake, it will come up to me and it will sit down at me. Eventually, I started to become friends with that dog, and every time, so my neighbor was, hey, dude, play with your friends out here. And the dog will somehow, because he didn't even listen to his owner, that was always chained up. Eventually, I don't know what happened. The dog became less aggressive. But then as I got older, it started to fear me. for some reason. So I learned that dogs like me.
Yeah, I used to have a Rottweiler. Really, really good dog. I had a German Rottweiler. Really good dog. But what game are we on now? Are we on Chargers?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dolphins at the Levi South.
all our viewers are listening to us. They're like, man, you guys are so off topic tonight, man. All right, back to football. So yeah, I'm gonna say Chargers.
Okay, David.
I'm honestly thinking that these teams are pretty similar. But when it comes to the quarterback, I like Herbert over Tua, and so I'm picking the Chargers.
Let's go.
Okay. And John Jay, who did you choose? I'm sorry, I had a phone call came in.
I chose the Chargers,
Yeah, I picked the Dolphins.
and also Austin Eckler is their offense, and he's averaging a lot of rushing yards for a lot of people who, yeah. So compared to Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, and the running backs, Austin Eckler is matching whatever their offense is matching on the run game. So that's why you do your
And
homework.
I guess me and YTC is the only person that's going with the Dolphins. 'Cause I'm going Dolphins too.
Yep.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I think this is a 50-50 game.
Yeah.
I think this is going to decide who's going into the playoffs or not.
I know, because when I had those those three brothers from, well, they're from San Diego, but the two oldest brothers live in Utah, and they were telling me that, and people in the chat who were like from their channel were saying that Austin Eckler, he's averaging more yards than Debo and McCaffrey combined. So that was something fun to learn, and that's why I enjoy doing those shows with those content creators, because you get to be educated by someone who actually knows what they're talking about. I don't bring in like other people. Oh, I'm a homer. My team is so good. Blah 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 blah. No, they watch the games, and that's why I love those Saturday series when I bring in guests. Like the last couple of weeks, I've been sick. I couldn't bring in a Saints fan because I was sick, and a Miami Dolphins fan because I was sick. So I'm healthy now. And speaking of that, I have to go check something.
Well, the next game is them rotten old Buccaneers with that rotten old quarterback Tom Brady versus the best team of the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers. We don't stop until we reach the top because we're the 49ers. We are the best. So, what you see who you have?
Wait, what the who?
The best game of the week, man.
That singing I did, and you didn't hear me? Oh, man. Tampa Bay.
Corey, you got to sing it one more time.
Tampa Bay at San Francisco 49ers.
All right.
After the
All right. Anyways, 49ers. Give me the Niners to pull this one out. It'll be low scoring, but they'll find a way.
John Jay, you still there?
All right, so here we go. My favorite time betting for people who love to bet. So, Todd Bowles' defense. I was listening to CG and the roundtable, and they were talking about how Todd Bowles is a horrible coach. How their defense is okay. They lost me on that. Our defense is number one. Todd Bowles' defense has always been a top 10 defense. They're not our defense. Brock Purdy. This is the game that we're going to learn from Brock Purdy against a Todd Bowles defense. And if he does good, if he passes with flying colors and does well against that defense, Brock Purdy is going to show more and more that Jimmy Garoppolo is obsolete with this game. Tom Brady has not been playing, Tom Brady, because he's showing his age. He's getting older. He's not the same player. But in a lot of games this year, he has showed why he has a lot of comeback victories. Last week, also against the Rams, he was playing horrible against the Rams. He was playing horrible last week, and when it came to the final moment, Tom Brady. This game is going to be under. Take the under because
easy.
both defenses are going to do well. If anyone says that we're going to beat Tom Brady, please don't say that because Tom Brady is Tom Brady. Go with the under. This game is going to go probably 35 points at the most, so it will probably be like a 17-16, probably at the most 21-17. It's not going to be
I definitely see low
a
scoring,
very,
13 to
very
14
high
for me.
score. So take the under. Take the
Yeah,
under with the
I'm
points.
taking 27 points, 27,
And
13,
Take the
13 to 14.
spread for the 49ers. That's my pick for this game.
Yeah,
Okay, I know Brian. He loves
13
Tampa
to 14.
and he
but
loves
yeah.
Tom Brady, so he's gonna choose Tampa Bay, right, Brian?
Oh, you know it. You know it. No, my dad's such a Raider fan. That snowball, the tuck rule. Like I didn't have a problem with Tom Brady before that. I was like, okay, he won a Super Bowl. I'm like, okay, yeah, give him his props. But then the snowball, and then after that, every game after that, the spy gate, deflate gate, everything. It just like for me, like I would hate to really see Tom Brady on the 49ers, but because he is who he is, he's won how many Super Bowls he's won. The history with the Niners going back and forth is, John's told everybody about his dad. And, I mean, at the end of the day, I would hate to see him on our team, but I really believe at the end of his career, he'll retire a 49er. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, and I don't like it either. But that's what I really believe. I thought he had a really good shot of coming to our team this offseason, but the Bucs didn't want to let him go. So this season is a little bit different. I'm not the same type of fan that thinks sitting Trey Lance or starting him is going to hold him back or whatnot. I'm looking at what are we going to do right now. This is our time to win a Super Bowl. So if Tom Brady says he wants to be on our team next year, I'm okay with that. If that gets us a Super Bowl ring, I'm okay with that. If we have to trade Trey Lance, I'm not okay with that. But I don't make the decisions. So I just want the Niners to win a Super Bowl. But this game here against Tom Brady, if we don't outscore him, and that comes down to every game, right? Because you have to outscore your opponent to win the game. But if we don't really outscore him, if we don't put 2 or 3 touchdowns on him, he's going to beat us. This last game he played, he came back really quick. He only needs like 4 minutes, and he'll win the game. So, you have a quarterback like him, you have to keep putting points on. So I know Brock Purdy, we have an unknown about him and but the rest of the team is still the same team. And if he can just do what everybody says Jimmy does, is just check the ball down, then we should win this game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Niners winning this game. I'm hoping we win by I'm hoping the score is like 30-15. I don't think it will be there. I'm thinking more like 28 to 21. And that scares me because if we give him the ball at the end of the game, he's gonna beat us. And this game right here is this is his interview game for us. He's gonna show us he can beat us, or he's gonna show us we're gonna show him you really want to come to our team next year. That's what I think.
David,
pretty fair.
I'm picking us to win a nail biter. I won't do a score prediction. But if we ain't up 2-3 scores, late in the fourth quarter, then yeah, it's going to be a nail biter.
Yep.
But at the same time, our defense is, better than the Saints. And the Saints, I mean, that was a divisional matchup. And a lot of things went right for Tampa Bay to actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, so Tom Brady's 46 years old, man. He's turns 47 next year, and I don't see Kyle and John Lynch signing the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it happening because we have
Before you
Trey
finish
Lance.
before you finish that, think about Peyton Manning. Okay, he came off of neck surgery.
Yeah, but that was a different.
He came off of neck surgery. He went to Denver with a good defense. Same thing like what Tom Brady would be doing is basically coming to our team with a good
Yeah, but
defense
that was
and a
that was
good
a
run game,
that was a
right? And then
30 year.
after that, Peyton Manning kind of fell off a little bit. Maybe he, out threw his arm. But
So
we don't need Tom Brady to come in and throw 500 yards every game. We just need him to
so
really check the ball down.
so that is an invalid comparison because he was still good and he wasn't Tom Brady's age. And the only reason why he missed because he had to get a neck surgery, and they got the first round pick, and Andrew Luck was there, so they were gonna draft Andrew Luck. Now, if Andrew Luck was not there, Peyton Manning would have done what he did with Indianapolis.
Hey, if
So,
the Colts thought Peyton Manning still had it in him, they would have still drafted a quarterback to replace him, but they would have made it work with
yeah,
Peyton
but
Manning.
at the
But they
same
moved off of him. They moved
yeah,
off of him because they thought he was washed.
at the same time, no team number one pick if they have Peyton Manning is going to pass up on Andrew Luck. Yeah, he was 34 years old, still had a few years left. Had good chemistry, but as an owner, you have to look for the future. You cannot think about let's win with Peyton Manning right now. If we're able to get a young quarterback who's 21, 22 compared to a 34-year-old.
Hey, in hindsight, looking back, how many Super Bowls did Peyton Manning go on to win, and how many did Andrew Luck go on to win? Did the Colts really make the best decision right there? Because they're still looking for that Super Bowl win, right?
Because they did not have an offensive line. That's why he retired at 29.
That's why he got hurt. That's why Peyton Manning got hurt, is because they didn't have an offensive line. So then they draft a quarterback, and then they get their quarterback hurt. So
all right. Time out. So this is my logic. We have Trey Lance going into year 3, and we're going to sit him for Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
This is the year where the Niners need to decide on his 5th year option.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not see. I don't see John Lynch bringing in Tom Brady because they have to find out what they have in Trey Lance for that 5th year option.
So to find out what you have in Trey Lance, are you going to just close the Super Bowl window? Are you closing the Super Bowl window because we have to start Trey Lance?
Are you saying Trey Lance sucks? Are you saying that?
That's not what I'm saying at all.
So, all right, guys,
what I'm saying is would you rather go with a veteran quarterback that can win the Super Bowl now, or are you more concerned with, we have to deal with his contract? How many years did Aaron Rodgers sit? He sat for 3 years, and he turned out to be good. So everybody rushing Trey Lance into playing because he hasn't played in college.
Okay,
that's not what we need to look at.
Right. All right, I get it. We're still doing the pick'ems. I get it, but right now we're going around in circles, and right now this is a rabbit hole. I will say this. The point that you're trying to make, I get it, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. If Tom Brady comes to the 49ers, okay, it's a trade because he's still under contract. Second, that means that on year 4, if Trey Lance has a really good game, he's going to say, "Oh, you guys can," because again, it's business. I was sitting, Jimmy for a couple of years, and now you bring Tom Brady. If I'm Trey Lance, I don't want to be in a situation like this. That's why this situation is becoming toxic. That's why Jimmy's not going to.
That's the whole narrative. That's the whole narrative. Everybody's opinion is pushing that. We don't know what Trey Lance thinks or how he feels. All we know is what everybody's spinning it. And you say it, and a lot of other YouTube people and a lot of national media is saying that. How's Trey Lance going to feel? Okay, so I have the opportunity to sit behind the greatest quarterback in the history, and I have to decide, do I want to learn from this guy, or do I want to go and start my own game? Yeah, I probably want to go and start my own game. But to back up Tom Brady and then get a Super Bowl and then know that next year you're going to be ready to roll because you learned everything from the GOAT, not Jimmy Garoppolo, the GOAT. So, I mean, we're going back around in circles, and this is all the Niners' decision, but this is a narrative, and this is a topic that keeps getting brought up. As long as that guy's still playing in the league, his favorite team is the 49ers.
Okay, at the end of the day, I will say this. I love the Niners. I will support the Niners. I don't like people bringing up BS, that's not going to happen. But at the end of the day, I will respect your opinion. And I've never said this to you. I've said this a few times on other streams. I don't argue with BS. That's why I'm done with this conversation. I just want to go back to the pick'ems because this is becoming very redundant right now. I'm sorry.
Speaking of the pick'ems, I'm picking the 49ers in this game.
And I'm picking the 49ers. And the one thing I don't think I'm going to say is I don't think Kyle and Tom Brady will get along. Tom Brady going to want to do his thing, and Kyle will want to do his thing. I don't think they will connect with each other.
That's actually a point that I've never heard anyone talk about. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a point that's been brought up a whole lot. Not to put anybody down, but that's been brought up a whole lot, and that was the original reason why they kept Jimmy Garoppolo over Tom Brady 3 years ago, because they thought Kyle and Tom Brady will clash. Kyle wants to win the Super Bowl and say he's the face of the franchise, and he did it. And we know if Tom Brady comes in, he'll say, well, my 5, 6, 7 Super Bowl rings, I just added another one to my collection. So the narrative is Kyle will cut his nose off instead of winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And so I'm seeing the 49ers because I think Tom Brady's going to be a sitting duck back there.
Yes. But behind that broken O-line, yes.
Yeah, he's going to be a sitting duck out there.
Oh, yeah, because
he can get pressed in the middle.
And in a more lighter note, when Jimmy got sacked, I don't know what McGlinchey was doing. That's why there were 2 players that took him down, and then, Brendel, I criticize him, I'm happy that the young guys are doing good, Burford and Banks, we have our guards of the future. Trent Williams is still good, he has his issues. Again, I'm not saying he's been perfect, but at the end of the day, Todd Bowles' defense is gonna have fun on the right side of Purdy if Mike McGlinchey, because again, Todd Bowles, he's not a head coach. I respect him. What he did with the Jets in 4 years, doing what he was able to do in a very bad team, you give him props. And the owners, when they had to let him go, they were crying, they were tearing. It was hard for them because Todd Bowles is a good coach. It's just that, if he goes to another team that has better talent than the Jets at that time, that's why Todd Bowles is the reason why Brady has his 6th or 7th ring, because of Todd Bowles. Because Brady didn't play good in that 2020 Super Bowl.
What does Bruce Arians do for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Because he's still in the office, isn't he? He didn't he didn't stop being a member of the organization. He just stepped down from being the coach, right?
He's an executive consultant for the team. So he's not the general manager. He's not. He's a consultant, meaning that he's still
a boss without a title.
Yeah, basically, he could still go on the field, give Bulls advice, give players advice, but he cannot coach the team. That's why it's a consultant. Yeah.
And that was because Tom Brady didn't want him there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So Tom Brady's not necessarily happy in Tampa Bay. So if he gets hit too many times this game, it's going to be it's not going to be good for him.
Well,
Niners got a good shot this game.
Well, then why did he resign? Why did he sign a 3-year deal after they won the Super Bowl if he didn't want to be there? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's another dumb thing. Why would you sign if you're not happy with the coach?
Well, didn't he get his coach replaced, John? Bruce Arians was the guy who won his original Super Bowl in Tampa Bay with, right? And then they started having problems, and then he got rid of him. And now he re-signed because he still wanted to play football. He did try to get released from Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay wouldn't let him go.
Because he signed a contract. Why would you sign a contract and then I don't want to be here no more?
Look, and there's also, no, we don't know how Trey Lance feels. All right, but what if we get Tom Brady and Trey Lance is like, bro, I'm never gonna get any playing time. Please trade me.
Can you get 3 first-round picks for him then?
Well,
No,
okay.
Then
there's
they're
no
not
way
going
in
to trade
hell.
him.
He has no
Then they're
playing
not.
time.
Then the Niners aren't going to trade him. He'll just have to sit for the next 2 years or how many years he has on his contract left.
You know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this. When Aaron Rodgers left Cal, he had 3 years of experience with Cal, and he had 1 year in a community college. He sat behind Brett Favre, Hall of Famer. Trey Lance has been sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo. All right. Brett Favre is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay? One. Second point, because this thing's going to keep going on. And I don't think we should do this in Korey's channel because we all respect Korey. But the second situation is the last time he played football was a 1-game showcase in 2020. But the last time he played a full season was a Division II school called North Dakota State. That kid is going to be so rusted. He even had problems in the 5 quarters accurate when he was throwing the football. He was not accurate on his receivers. He had some good throws. But Trey Lance is going to have accuracy issues if he cannot learn how to throw a football in the NFL. It doesn't matter who you are. That's why Kaepernick will never get a job because he's been out of football for almost a decade. Because for whatever the reason, he doesn't want to play football. Okay? It doesn't matter how good you were. If you're not playing football, you're not going to be good. Michael Vick, when he came back, he was a backup behind whoever the quarterback is before. So he had a year as a backup, getting some playing time before he took over the job when Chip Kelly got there. So, Trey Lance needs to play.
Okay, but what's the difference in playing in the game? Really, what's the difference between playing in the game and getting respectable practice time? And are you going to really seriously tell me that they're not going to give Trey Lance
football.
practice time?
Full speed football. Practice is not a game.
Yeah, practice is not.
But
Also,
are you going to tell me that they're not going to give him plenty of opportunity to practice during the off season, during mini camp, during training camp? Even if he knows he's not going to be the starter, if he knows he's going to be the future, and the Niners are serious about him being the future, why wouldn't they give him practice time?
Practice is not the game. It's not the game. It's not the game, dude. It's not. They'd have 7-on-7 drills. They're not hitting each other like in a game. They're not going full speed like they are in a game. Practice is not the game.
You cannot hit in practice. It's against the NFL agreement.
All right, so then here's my next question for everybody, because I want to see the guy succeed. I want to see him do good. I really, really, really don't care who's under center as long as the Niners are winning. But how many years are you guys giving Trey Lance? You giving him 2, 3 years before we decide to move off of him? I'm not calling the guy a bust. I'm not saying he's going to be horrible. I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I want to know, because you guys are all football knowledgeable. So how many years do you give a quarterback before you say, he's had a shot?
3 years.
3 to 4 years.
If you're in the league for 3 years, backup, like Jimmy Garoppolo was backup to Tom Brady. Okay? Jimmy Garoppolo has played a lot of games, and I want to use him as an example why he's never progressed, why he has problems. We can blame Kyle and the way he, tells Jimmy how to play, but this guy is 31 years old. This guy's been in the league since 2014. And when he was in New England, Bill Belichick had to coach this guy very carefully. No one wants to talk about that. Everyone's too scared to talk about that. Players were like, we cannot hit Jimmy Garoppolo because if we touch him, he gets bruised easily. Teammates, jokingly, I know that people take it jokingly. Why did you make a quarterback with a broken finger play Jimmy when you were okay? It's really awful when when teams a team that used to play for, criticizes you, and then in 4 of your 5.5 seasons you've been injured. This guy has been injured, so this guy has been a bust. In any other place, he would have been kicked out. But because the Niners are the Niners, they give this guy way too many opportunities that some 49er fans have built a false idea when he's on the field, the Niners win games. And that is true. When he's on the field, he wins a lot of games. 3 years. It doesn't matter if you're the backup for 3 years. On that 4th year, you've learned a lot. You've seen the NFL pace. You've had the opportunities. But even when you came in, when Aaron Rodgers came in, like you said, 3 years, he was 6-10 his first time. Then what happened? He went 11-5, won the Super Bowl.
Okay, so right there, pause. If he sat on the bench 3 years, then his first year would be that 6-10 year, right? And then you said the next year he went 11-5. So then that's the 3 year count, right? Because when you're a rookie and you're sitting on the bench, that doesn't count, right? But all that time that you're sitting on the bench, you're still learning, you're still absorbing the playbook, just like you said.
Okay, but
so if Trey Lance is the backup for 3 years, he's still absorbing the playbook. He's still absorbing practice experience.
Okay,
he's just not in the game.
Okay, but here's the point. He inherited a good wide receiving core, good offensive line, and good defense. He went 6-10.
All right. There's a difference between Aaron Rodgers and Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Lance, like John Jay said, played a Division II school. They opted out for the COVID season. Aaron Rodgers played at Cal. He started multiple years. Aaron Rodgers played a lot of football before he went to Green Bay. Trey Lance hasn't. Trey Lance needs reps. How's he going to get reps if he's sitting on the bench?
So, okay, everything that everybody's saying, okay, your argument about he needs reps, then the Niners should never have picked him. If he's this raw where he has to have reps and he hasn't played, because I know his high school career a little bit, and I know he was a running back, and I know he just barely started playing, quarterback. He only had so many seasons in high school.
Okay, so you don't want Trey Lance on the team.
That's not true,
So
David.
you hate Trey Lance.
David, that's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. I like Trey Lance, and I think he has a really good arm. I think he has a cannon of arm. And out of all 4 of the quarterbacks, that was the prospects, I said Trey Lance would be great because he only threw that 1 interception in college. I'm not saying that he needs to, go somewhere else or anything like that. I'm saying it doesn't hurt to let him sit on the bench. And everybody's saying he has to go out and start. He has to go and start. I don't believe that. I believe we have a team right now that's ready to win a Super Bowl. And if Trey Lance can't be plugged in there to win the Super Bowl, then we need a vet. And he just needs to sit there a little bit longer. He's not wasted. He's not garbage. He might just need a little bit more practice. And to put him out into a game where we have to win the game, and we don't know if he's going to win the game or not because we're not sure if he's ready yet because he's so raw. No, Purdy's played a lot of college games. So at this point, Purdy is the better choice to start. Going off of the experience, the reps.
Well, here's
okay, guys. It comes a certain point in time where we got to cut it off and get on with the pick.
I know, and I want to make this point, and then we'll move on to the final games. I want to make this point. If Brock Purdy performs well in the final stretch, and say Jimmy, like Kyle said today, it's unlikely. It's probably less than 25% Jimmy's going to come back. Jimmy's done. But if Brock Purdy does well and we somehow go deep into in the playoffs with Brock Purdy and he does well, Brady's not going to come back because now we have 2 young quarterbacks we could develop, and the Niners are going to do the cheap option because we got to pay Bosa and 5 other important players that we have to decide. We might get a cheap option like a Tyrod Taylor. I don't know if Marcus Mariota wants to return to Atlanta. Someone like him who has 70, almost now 90 starts in the NFL. Someone like that in case those 2 young guys need, because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen September 2023. We do not know. And we can speculate all we want, and we can, debate with each other respectfully. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you love this team, you support whoever is on the field, even if you want Lance to sit for more years, you want Tom Brady, or if you don't. At the end of the day, the Yorks own this team, and they do whatever the hell they want. They're the only people that determine what they do with this team, not us. All right, Corey.
Okay, because we're the 49ers. We don't stop
Oh,
until we
That
reach
was a
the
long,
top.
lengthy conversation. I was just chilling.
We're the 49ers. We are the best.
Of course.
Okay, next game. And I said, I took. Next game. Carolina Panthers at the Seahawks.
I'll take the Seahawks in this one, but I'm praying the Panthers win.
Oh man, I have to do it. The Panthers, they're the rebuild. They've had moments. They've won 4 games, but I can't stand the Seahawks. But it is what it is. I'm picking the Seahawks.
Okay, Bryant.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't want to see the Seahawks win, but right now they seem like they're going to be winning. So we're going to go Seahawks, I guess.
Okay, so where's the game at?
In
Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh, in Seattle. Damn it, I'm picking the Seahawks.
Yep. Did you
Well,
guys see
if it
that?
was at
You guys seen
Carolina,
that video, right? I sent everybody with the Raiders. The 12th man is real.
oh man.
Okay, so everybody listening in the chat and everybody listening on the video, the Seahawks intercepted the ball from the Raiders the last game. They had a player run off from the side of the field and start blocking. They did not get a penalty. They did not get flagged. The Raiders coaches asked, later, they said, hey, what happened? The Raider head coach said, well, we're the Raiders. That kind of happens to us. So
The Raiders.
Dude, yeah, I saw that video. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm choosing. I hate it.
We all do.
Makes me mad.
We all do.
I have to choose this. I hope I'm wrong on this pick. I think it's gonna be Seattle.
Nah.
And I hope Carolina beat them. You know what? I'm still gonna stick with Seattle, even though their running back is hurt. They had to bring in another running back. Man, I should listen to Swabble. He said he picked Carolina Panthers to beat his team.
Yeah, I remember.
I should have went with him, but now I already marked it. I already said Seattle.
Yep.
I gotta go with
Seattle.
Okay, even though they have this game as a Sunday night, but it's not. They switched with Miami and the Chargers. Kansas City at Denver.
Well, another massacre bowl. But yeah, give me the Chiefs. Broncos suck. Suck.
I have one thing to say. Chiefs, that's my pick. Because for whatever the reason, the Broncos paid this guy a lot of money, traded draft capital away, and they're 3-8 or 3 whatever.
Broncos country. Let's cry.
Oh my goodness, Chiefs, Chiefs.
Brian,
I'd love to see Denver win, but I think it's going to be Kansas City.
I know David. See, David.
The Broncos are going to be riding home. The Chiefs are going to be victorious. Russell Wilson is a system quarterback.
You let me finish my statement. And I'm going with Kansas City.
Well, that was the most easiest pick.
Yeah, that was.
I was trying to mess with David. But he didn't let me. He came out real fast.
Speaking on a very more happier note from the past few minutes, I cannot believe I have to pick Penn State to beat trash Utah. Yeah.
Dude, it's not gonna happen, bro.
Oh man. Anyway. Brandon's now, he's so proud right now. Brandon's so, oh John, yeah, you woke up. I can't believe.
Okay. Are you ready for some football? A Monday
Ooh.
night party.
Monday night football game.
Yep.
The New England Patriots at Arizona.
Oh
I took
man,
Arizona. I took Arizona on this one.
this is a trash bowl. Oh, I forgot to announce the toilet bowl.
Here we go. I have
No, the
not.
toilet bowl's the Thursday night game.
It is my pick.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
I have not said a trap game yet. This is the trap game. I am sorry, Patriots fans. My boy Mac Ultra. I hope he's not listening.
Bailey Zappi.
For whatever the reason, I saw a post last week that said Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady and that he is so good, yada, yada, yada. And then some idiots talking about he should have went to the Jacksonville Jaguars whenever they took Trevor Lawrence. I'm like, really? Let's look at Mac Jones. His leading receiver is his running back. His second leading receiver is their number one running back. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. Yes, he's missed. I think 2 or 3 games. But we all knew that Matt Patricia or whoever the coordinator is was horrible. But they still have a really good defense, and Mac Jones cannot manage the game. Give me the Cardinals. Yes, the Cardinals are in a losing streak. They're having a very tough year, but this is a trap game because the Patriots, we know we're better than the Cardinals. They're riding high, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, even though the Cardinals are not going to do anything after the season ends, this is my trap game of the week. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Damn.
Okay, Bryant.
Yeah, that was really lovely, John. Thank you. I'm gonna say New England for almost everything you said. Opposite. Arizona has nothing to play for. New England, they still have a really good coach. They still believe in their coach. They have a good organization. I'm gonna go New England on the road. 17-10 overall score. Monday night record. Monday night football game. 27.
Dude, from a coaching standpoint, you got Bill Belichick versus the guy who's about to get fired.
Dingleberry.
Hey, am I lying though?
That's
This actually is a tougher game. Every time I pick the Red Chickens, they disappoint me. But I'm picking the Red Chickens.
Yep, the red chicken.
And I'm honestly thinking it's going to be 42 total points.
What?
Total points.
Wow.
Well,
Man. Let me get
If Murray can get off on a roll, he can score, but if he's not too tired from playing video games the night before, then yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
now
got
Call of
that
Duty.
now TRL's gonna come in here.
Hey, let me Google up if Call of Duty's
Get out
launching
the
any
way.
double XP packs on Monday. Then we'll see
Anyway,
if he's gonna win or not.
I will defend my boy TRL. I know everyone's been giving him a hard time about the whatever that video game.
Call of
Hey
Duty.
TRL, you're listening, man. I'm not making fun of that stereotype everyone's talking about.
Him playing Call of Duty. But
My
yeah.
boy TRL. I felt bad for him when he made that video. I felt so awful for him.
No, the Chargers game when he threw a bottle on screen.
He's like, why? I felt bad for him.
Fuck! God!
that was hilarious.
Sheesh. Like
No,
TRL,
Avery Hallis was my reaction to the
he's like the most
Giants
respectful
game.
dude. And he gets a hard time.
Yeah, he threw that bottle. It was like, get out the way, man.
Oh man, TRL. Don't worry, man. Next year, when you guys have a real coach, hopefully not D'Amico. Get anybody, not D'Amico.
No, they'll get Sean Payton.
I'm
Don't
telling
worry.
you, if the
According to
Cardinals sign him, we should get a first-round draft pick because that's a division rival.
Well, the rule is that wherever he goes, I think someone told me, and I got to look this up, that we'll get 3 comp picks. So we'll get, I don't know how many third rounds we'll get this
Yeah, because
year.
he's a minority.
And but all of our coaches, like Robert Saleh gave us a lot of draft picks, so he was a minority. I didn't know Mike McDaniel was a black man. I didn't know that, so I was happy. And now, and I get, and I don't want to sound kind of messed up, and I don't want to bring this up because again, I don't want to make anything this type of thing, but I understand what Kyle is doing, bringing in all these coaches, and I think he's the first coach to have that uses the Rooney Rule correctly. He develops the coaches are really good, and they help the Niners. That's why they're not afraid if the coaches leave, because since Robert Saleh left, we still got comp picks for him. We lost a assistant who became a general manager, so we got great compensation for him, McDaniels, and now this coach. Just realize that, that's how the Rooney Rule should work. Great coaches, doesn't matter your ethnicity, should get the job. Don't pick random coaches because there's certain biases in the NFL, and that's what I told Jonath. And Jonath, we disagreed, but I love Jonath, good dude. And unfortunately, look what happened to Matt Nagy. He got fired. He went back to,
Kansas City.
Yeah. So it's a true fact.
Well, I'm choosing New England.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Corey, let's go.
I don't think Arizona, they fighting amongst each other.
Yep.
And they're falling apart. Now I agree with AZ.
Yep.
So
I always do my pick'ems. I never pick the favorites. I always pick the logical pick, and even though if I lose, I lose. But at the end of the day, it's any given Sunday, and Jonath, who we all know, week 1 on paper, the Niners were supposed to beat the Bears, and that is a reminder. It's the NFL. No one knows who is going to win.
Well, my score is 44 total because I got it. New England 23, Arizona 21. All
right. Now, my score is going to be a little bit more different. I think it's going to be 21-20, and I think the Cardinals at the last moment will get that game-winning touchdown. And call me crazy. I'm gonna still have the Cardinals, but I'm gonna have 41 points.
I'm gonna take 37, 20-17 Cardinals. But yeah.
Yeah, that's close to what I got. YTC, I got 17-10. But I'm saying New England, so I don't think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I think it's gonna be one of those games that people are gonna probably turn away from. So
yeah, because it's gonna be sloppy play from both offenses. That's why I think.
Yeah.
That's why I said 42 total. I don't think it's going to be. I honestly can see it going something like 23-17, somewhere in that range. That's not 42. That's 40, but I could still see it doing that.
I don't want to bring up the past because I know what's going to happen, but I have to use this example. There was a tie last week. They should have had Robbie Gould, but I think this game could be a tie.
21-21.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was a tie last week. No one was expecting that, huh?
Sheesh. The best reaction of compilations. How did you miss that?
Yeah, definitely getting at it.
So hopefully Nick Bosa played in this game, and our coach went up to Bosa and said, linebackers still be better than the defensive line.
Wait, what? You didn't know that, YTC? the coach. So our coach was messing with Nick Bosa. This is
Oh yeah, I think I have that video. See if I.
it was not it wasn't during the Dolphins game. It was the game before, and it was right afterwards. And wasn't it Kyle Shanahan that said it? He actually walked
Yeah,
up
he
to
said
Nick
both.
Bosa and told him the linebackers played better than the defensive line. And Nick Bosa took that personally and got 3 sacks during the Dolphins game.
I have a
Yeah,
file.
and
Of,
then he
Didn't
walked
Bosa
up.
go up to? Yeah, sorry, Corey. Go ahead.
Yeah, and he walked up to his coach and say, "Stop talking shit to me."
Yeah. Yep.
Or keep on talking shit to me.
see, I got to upload the Patrick Willis video. I have a library of like 30 videos that I'm able to edit. Because I'm doing shorts now, and shorts are more better because I get the views and the subscribers. They also monetize the shorts now, so a lot of people are getting money from the shorts. Because I don't want to bring this up because it has nothing to do with football, but since Twitter, they're going through a mess right now. And again, I don't have Twitter, but the new boss is going to tell people to pay for a check mark $8 each month. And if you want to use the service and you want to have like free use or like type whatever you want, they're going to charge you for certain things that they don't want you to say. Why? I don't know. And that's why I'm glad I don't have Twitter. Also, YouTube is trying to destroy TikTok. That's why the YouTube Shorts. And in TikTok, they don't pay their users that have like a lot of subscribers. And I don't know what TikTok is. So I'm just, So now you can put your 15 to 59-second videos and make money. And apparently, Instagram wants to create a YouTube service with an Instagram, like basically like short 1-minute videos, like a YouTube thing where you can leave comments, likes, do super chats, do all that stuff. So the future is going to be YouTube and Facebook. Those two companies are going to battle it out, and I have a bad feeling that YouTube and Facebook are going to merge together. And I am not a tech or online social media person who covers that stuff. Don't be surprised if Twitter in 5 years goes out of business because what the people, it's supposed to be a free service. So
yeah, hey, anything could happen. I mean, like Twitter's been around for a long time and it's gotten really big. It's made a lot of people money too, and it's one of those things like YouTube. You can get your opinion out there, and people can hear it all across the world. Instagram and Facebook, so it's really crazy. But hey, Corey, John, David McNew, YTC, thank you so much for having me on. It's always fun coming on and talking with you guys. I always, respect everyone's opinions. I'll never tell you guys got dumb opinions, even if I don't agree with it. I respect you guys. I really do. And, necessarily, if I don't necessarily agree with it, I'll tell you why I don't agree with it. You don't have to agree with me, but that's what's great about America is we have that freedom of speech. But once again, Corey, you're the GOAT, dude. Thanks for having me on. And again, I'll never tell you guys your thoughts are dumb, and that's one of those things you guys can always count on me. So, Corey, thanks for having me on.
All right, man. And he left.
Have a good night, Brian.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Brian. I'm just a little bit more, and I get this from my grandfather. That's why I'm glad I have his name. And my grandfather says it's okay if someone disagrees with you. And it's okay if a conversation gets a little bit heated. And if you guys are able, hey, you know what? Let's stop before stuff is said, because sometimes the conversations get very heated and things are said, and someone will always look bad at the end of the conversation. But my grandfather taught me the thing: if someone's opinion starts becoming more of a personal vendetta and is becoming like, I'm trying to convince you my argument, then you say this, and that's why I said, and that's why I didn't want to say it, but it was coming to a point where like, and the last time I said this on stream was a guy who was like, kissing butt to Mac Jones, and he was talking about some stuff I don't want to bring up. And I said, I do not argue with someone who is not at the right state of mind. I don't argue with that. If you have a vendetta, take it somewhere else, because I'm not going to entertain that. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to force your opinion on me and make it facts. And that's the thing that some Niners content creators,
Tommy, what up, buddy?
Tommy.
So at the end of the day, if I think, and again, like that's why like I say this, I'm a truth teller. I put what's out there, the facts, and I don't do clickbait. I don't make speculations. I don't make assumptions. I just say this is what out there. If you want to believe what you want to believe, that's up to you. But at the end of the day, I don't argue with people like I don't want to bring this guy up because CG hates him. It's not Michael, but it's a Bears fan. His name is Ghost. And the only time I interacted with them was 2 days after we lost. And the first thing he did was he came at me for no reason. He just came at me. Oh, you're a 49er fan. You're probably from San Francisco, made stereotypes that are not true. And then he went after CG and he said, CG, I exposed you as a Patriots fan. And CG, because, he has a bit of a temper. For 5 minutes, they were just arguing back and forth. I said, CG, don't even entertain it. And luckily, one of Jonah's friends kicked both of them out. And I said, dude, I came in here. I wanted to give your respects, KO. You're a good dude. You love your Bears. But I didn't come in here to have someone insult me. And he took full responsibility. I said, dude, you don't have to take responsibility. You didn't say that stuff. You've always been kind to me. But that dude, I can see why CG, hates him. So.
Hey, Tommy. I'm going to have to end this because I'm going over my mark already.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So thank y'all
All
for
right.
coming on.
We have some early
And
dinner. Peace.
See you Sunday night.
Yeah.
That's right, buddy. Heck yeah. All right. Thanks for having me, Corey. Go 49ers. Always.
Go 49ers.